Hello students, today we start a new topic in infrastructure for a smart city subject. Topic name is smart city. So in a past few years, driving the car in the crowd or on a highway environments increasing lots of difficulties due to the driver restless driving or some still mistakes seriously accident happen. It causes human lives, and while driving, the person is to drive must be relaxed, comfortable, no confusion in mind, and compatible with all car features. And manual car driving also makes person tired on a long route. So here smart car innovation overall comes all such a type of difficulties and makes the driving smart, safe and efficient. So smart car have such a features which minimize the human efforts and make the traveling comfort, and smart car made driving and traveling on a long route with easy and safe. So here in a minimum time we complete the maximum route of the travel and with comfort, easy and no any difficulties to the driver. So it's one of the best advantages of the smart car. So here there are various research is going on overall come all these driving related issues. The goal of the smart car concept is innovated by Google named Google Self Drive Car, and it is a fully automated smart car which is driven automatically. Rider just need to give a function ordered through the mobile phone. Software design for this system only, and the car itself can and pick up and drop driver to their request destination. So here this type of the service is only available in Europe, USA and many other foreign countries. Now in India this type of the service is not available, and here this type of the smart car is not available in India. Now next topic is the features of the smart car. So here features is there are main five features is there. First one is biometric car locking and car ignition. Second is lane detection and changing, and third one is a night vision camera, and fourth one is intelligent speed adaptation, and fifth one is a ultra classic airbag. So here biometric car lock and car ignition is this system is enable the secure of the car by biometric recognition for car access to the start the car by pressing the one button, and the button of the uh, button is one of the fingerprint analysis, and the user and owner of the car all have their fingerprints recorded in this system, and only by using the users or owner of the car only car is start. So these are the one of the advantages of the biometric car locking system. So the limitation of this car is that if system is failed or malfunction, one could access the car. So it is one of the disadvantages of the biometric car function, and here no one can drive the car because car is not start without fingerprints of the owner. Now next is second is the lane detection and changing. So the lane detection and changing is a major concern about move around the road, and the sensor attached around the car that will that will detect the distance of vehicle around the car. Based on that lane changing operation is happen. So here totally this lane detection or a changing is totally depend on a sensor system, and in this system lane sensor are used, wrong range is limited, and accuracy problem is there which may lead to wrong detection and result in results of that accident may happen. So it is lane detection and changing is one of the difficult if the sensor is not working or sense wrong information. And third type of the third function is night vision camera. So this camera is provided clear and negative image in a whole dark black road, and it will increase the driving safety and reduce the chances of accident, because at that night time driver is easily seen the entire road in the form of the negative image, and increase the vehicle driver perception, and watch the distance in a dark and or a poor weather beyond the reach of the vehicle headlights. And fourth one is a intelligent speed adaptation. So intelligent speed adaptation, also known as a speeding alert. So here speed alert is a being the system that monitor the vehicle speed and local speed limit on a road and warn the driver when the speed is detected been exceed the speed limit. So like here in this intelligent speed adaptation, if the vehicle is travel uh, more than the limited speed, means like a limited speed is 100, and if the vehicle is travel more than 100 kilometer per hours, so automatically warn or light is on, and give the information to the driver for a over speeding. So it's a intelligent speed limit. Next is a ultra classic airbags. So ultra classic airbags help stop the car when accident threatened, and the friction in bag helps to stop the car or slow it down and to prevent the accident. Today there are more versions of the airbag is there, including the seat belt airbag, knee airbag, curtain airbag, and underneath airbag. So these are the different airbag is fixed in the car for safety purpose. Next is pioneer technologies for next generation smart vehicle. So here vehicle to cloud connectivity. So here total eight technologies for next generation smart vehicle. So here first one is a vehicle to cloud connectivity, so also called a V2C, and vehicle to vehicle connectivity is a V2V. Field oriented control, geofencing, electronic braking system is called a EBS system, and kinetic energy recovery system, sensor system, and a system for automated parking. So these are the different technologies for a next generation smart vehicle. So one by one we discuss on it. So first we discuss on a vehicle to cloud connectivity. It's a V2C. So cloud are being positioned as the best in a class infrastructure, like server, storage arrays, and network modules for effectively and efficiently hosting a variety of platform, and integrated development environment, so and rapid application development tools, and system take a full advantages of the various sensor and real-time connectivity with cloud, and which have been integrated with the vehicle. Server analyze the data through the complex data analytic algorithms and suggested any upcoming service requirement, navigation apps, etc. So these are the vehicle to cloud connectivity. And next second smart car function is vehicle to vehicle connectivity. So it's a V2V connectivity. So this is the real time exchange the decision enabling data move among the vehicle, and such kind of the dynamic data exchange at a critical point and place offer ample opportunities for significant improvement, especially on the vehicle safety aspect. And by interchanging the valuable vehicle data regarding its speed, direction, position, and location dynamically, so the much anticipated V2V communication capability enable the vehicle to sense the any impending threats and hazard with 360-degree view. So here for a safety purpose, so if the V2V connectivity is there, so vehicle accidents is decreased, because all the vehicles are connected with each other, and all the data is shared with each other, like speed, direction, etc. is shared with each other, so accident is decreased. And the version of the V2V connectivity is that eventually each vehicle on the road will be able to connect and communicate with one another beneficially, and the data that are getting the generated and transmitted in time facilitate the production and delivery of a next generation applicable for enhanced safety. Next is a field oriented control. So field oriented control is the one of the method use variable frequency drivers or variable speed drivers to control the torque of three phase AC electric motors by controlling the current with FOC. So FOC is a field oriented control, and the same torque and the flux can be controlled by independently, and field oriented control provide a faster dynamic response than it required for applications. Now next is geofencing. So geofencing is a features in a software program that uses the global positioning system. It's a GPS or a radio frequency identification to define geographical boundaries, and it allows to administrator to set up the trigger. So when a device enter the boundaries defined by the administrator, and alert is issued, and geofencing give the complete flexibility and solution. It's setting up real-time alarms to inform the unauthorized vehicle movement and other exceptions. And fifth one is EBC. It's a electronic braking system. So electronic activation of the EBC braking component reduce the response and build up the times in a brake cylinder, and it turns this turn this in turn reduce the braking distance by several meter, and which can be decisive in some situation, and the integrated EBS function ensure the driving stability throughout the braking procedure. And sixth one is a kinetic energy recovery system. So a kinetic energy recovery system is an automatic system for recovering a moving vehicle kinetic energy under braking, and the recovery energy is stored in a reservoir for later use under the acceleration. And seventh one is a sensor. So here in a broadest definition, a sensor is a device or a module or subsystem, and its purpose is to detect event or changes in its environment and send the information to the other electronics or frequently a processor. So a sensor is always used with the other electronics, whether as a simple as a lighter or a complex as computer. And last one is a system for automated parking. So here some vehicle are already equipped with the parktronic system, and can identify parking space themselves, and independently take appropriate action in order to park. So to simplify the expand possibilities of the autonomous parking, so in this system vehicle is already know about the space for the parking purpose, and then after is automatically park the vehicle without any collision. So here we stop our topic and stop here lecture, and in the next lecture we discuss on next another topics. Thank you.